Welcome to your daily focus for January the 29th, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. You guys rock. You're amazing. So know that. You are amazing. The 29th. So that's an 11 energy. That is cutting away the old, what is no longer of value, what no longer serves you, and really make a commitment to yourself. Set some goals for yourself and really put your heart and soul into those goals and dreams, and you will see the manifestation. 29, the actual number 29, usually marks almost being able to see the vision of where you can utilize your talents and your abilities to the best of your ability. Truly, to see where you can take what you have already inside of you, that magic, and transform it to something tangible in your life, in an area of your life, and really utilize it towards a potential great success. So if we add the numbers of the day together, January 29th, 2020, we end up with a 16. That is the Tower card. I think we had the Tower card yesterday. We have a theme going on here. I think we got Temperance yesterday, but Temperance was actually in the day before. So it's flowing into each other, isn't it? The Tower card, everybody just goes and hides under a rock when they see that Tower card come out. And the Tower card, yes, can be a very difficult energy to work through. But when you know that no matter what is happening in your life, what is being taken away, what you're moving away past from, no matter how crippling it may be in your life in the present moment, know that the Tower card never takes away anything that you need in order to go forward in your path. It's actually clearing the way so that you can step forward. It's like something happens to you, like your boss comes out and says you're fired, and you just feel crippled in that moment. But you look back a year later and you go, thank God that happened to me, because this wouldn't have happened. So know that when the Tower card does appear, we had a card try and flip here. Know when the Tower card appears that it is for your greater good. And so maybe we won't understand it, but to go with the flow of things and see the path it opens you up to. Well, that's not to say everyone's going to get fired today. It could be something small. It could be just a mental process, a thought process that you go through where all of a sudden you get this childhood memory in your mind, and it just explains so much of why you react the way you do or why you do what you do. And so it makes, you understand it in a new light. And you're able to release, you're able to let go, you're able to allow the Tower to assist you in tearing down that wall that you built so long ago. So 1 + 6 is a 7, and that is the Chariot energy, which may be difficult to, we really consciously have to pull ourselves back a little bit. And I mean, if 29 really gives us that vision of how we can utilize our talents to our greatest potential and success, the Chariot is there to tell us to just pull back on those reins, to think before moving forward, to give yourself time for meditation, contemplation, prayer perhaps, in order to really understand the strategy that you want to use going forward, the goals that you want to reach going forward. Now we have the Sun in Aquarius, which is really thinking outside the box, gravitating towards new, unusual, different. It's also a very social sign, so it's groups of people, friends, communities. By the time most of us wake up in the morning, the moon will have moved into Aries, and so this is where I see the difficulty with the Chariot, because when the moon is in Aries, it's bold, it's forward thinking, forward looking, and we become very independent in our thoughts, in our actions, and so we will be yearning for that fresh start, right? Aries is all about the pioneer within us, and setting out new opportunities. And be careful with this energy, because in Aries, it has to be a quick reward. Okay, and I think Mars and Uranus is also having conversation today, where we're going to get into something, and if it's not stimulating us in the way we want it to stimulate us, we'll quickly move on to something else, a new project. We're going to be itching for that kind of change in our life. So, and we have the Chariot telling us to just take it easy, and pull it back, and understand where your true talent lays in order to go forward. Contemplate on those things. And the Aries moon is like, no, let's go now, let's just see what happens. So we could lean towards a little bit of trouble if we're not mindful of our actions, of our words. So take things in stride, back it up a little bit. Don't rush into things as much. Aries is a very, you want to also hit little projects in your life where you see that instant reward. It's like painting a room. It's an instant reward, because many times we don't see the progress, and it'll go by the wayside if we create it under an Aries moon. So we want to get those little bursts of excitement going in our lives. Now we have, the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is all about rest, recuperation, taking it back, thinking about your tomorrow. This is the warrior coming off the battlefield. This is taking off your armor, releasing that weight that you've been carrying around, hanging up your swords, your protection, your artillery, your shield, the things that you felt that you needed for protection, letting them go. And thinking about your tomorrow and how different your tomorrow can be. So put your energy and your focus on the things that you want to create in your life, the things that you want to step into, the new experiences that you want to have. Imagine them and see how your talents can utilize that actual path going forward that we want so much. Six of Pentacles, balance between relationships. It's really about the balance and making sure that the balance is present. That you're not always, we all have that friend that just complains and complains and complains, and oh, woe is me. And, they're taking your energy. They're not giving you any kind of energy. They're not enhancing your path forward. They're trying to zap you of your good energy so they feel a little bit better. And usually they walk away feeling a little bit better because they just got to dump everything on you. But you're way down now. Remember, today is a day to let that go, to internalize who you want to be, what you want to be, what you want to create, what you want to manifest, and not being too hasty in the decision of jumping into something, but rather to give it thought of what the long term will be. And we'll probably be very impatient today on finding that happiness. And if we're not finding that happiness and joy, we could very well miss that opportunity, that great opportunity, by not staying with it, by not sticking to it a little bit longer. We'll be off trying to find something new and exciting in some other area, or trying to get that from some other source. And we have the Ten of Swords. So there's a lot of heaviness in this reading, and it's about letting go of that heaviness. Okay, this is another card that everybody, the Ten of Swords, look at all those swords in my back. Okay, well, in this card, they're not in your back, they're behind you. If they were in your back, there'd be a pool of blood. This is a representation of the chaos, the sorrows, the challenges, the struggles that you have gone through in order to get to the here and now. And you've made it. You were successful in everything because you're here now. And you may feel pretty weighed down by everything that's happened to you. Maybe in the last several months, maybe in the last several years, maybe in the last decade. But those are your swords of strength. They're there to protect you. They form a wall of protection. Nothing can get to you now. You're stronger than you were yesterday, and you'll be stronger tomorrow, realizing that you walked through those fires, that chaos, for a reason. The sun is breaking through the clouds here. And look at you. You're pushing yourself back up. You're not laying there motionless. You are pushing yourself up. You're ready to brush yourself clean. You're ready to dust yourself off, remove the sludge of yesterday, and step into the new experiences. Let's get a well-being card. Oh my goodness, the whole deck turned upside down on me there. Oh, they do not want to shuffle tonight. They have a mind of their own. Okay, so what do we get? I inhibit no one. We create our own reality. I inhibit no one. And never think that by you doing something, it's going to make somebody else have a challenge of some sort, or you're depriving them of something. I inhibit no one. We each create our own, it's hard to see, huh? Reality. The dragonfly. The magical dragonfly that changes color. So be you. Allow your creativity to flow. Allow your imagination to flow. Understand the magic you have within you. Understand the talents and the abilities that you can actually utilize to take your steps forward in the way you want. Remember, we have the 29 today. So the 29 energy is all about committing to yourself, giving yourself 100%, 200%. Believing in you, your dreams, your magic, your talents. And seeing that talent. So often when you see somebody, you know, they do a work of art of some sort, whether it's needlework or it's painting or it's dancing or it's sculpting or it's building houses or it's designing a beautiful garden. And they go, anybody can do it. No, you can do it. That's your talent. That's your ability. Only you could see it in that way. And that's what makes you special, and that's what makes you unique, regardless of what challenges you are up against. Regardless of what challenges you are up against. And it keeps coming to me, so I must have to talk about this. Temple Grandin. And you know I raised 2 boys with autism, so Temple Grandin is autistic. And she does these wonderful speeches, and I was gifted enough to be able to be present for one of her speeches, and she's autistic. So she's just beautiful because she's straightforward, and she tells it like it is. I remember, there was the Q&A afterwards. I don't know why this popped in. The Q&A afterwards, and somebody had gotten up and they said, well, we have the student in our class and they're autistic and they eat with their hands, and it's just, we can't get them to use silverware, and so the parents say that it's okay, and, it's just, and she pretty well said, well, regardless of what the child is inflicted with, whether it's autism, first it's a child first and a human being should act like a human being. So that is just totally unacceptable. So just take away the food until they're willing to use an utensil. But, but what she was, she went through really without, I think, a label. She doesn't mention when she was diagnosed or anything like that, but she ended up, she's got doctrines coming out of the wazoo. She went to universities, and she actually she builds cow shuttles for when they are going to slaughter, which, everybody's just, but, she could separate herself from that. What she does is she can see how the cow would see walking through this thing, on whether they're getting nervous, they're getting upset, and it calms them. She sees where the ray of light at noon might hit this one area that automatically makes the cows like get fearful and whatnot. And so, as inhumane as I think it is to slaughter animals like that, at least she was making their last bit of their journey kinder, compassionate. And that was her gift, and that was her talent that nobody else could see. And she's sought after because, if the cows all start backing up, you got problems, right? It's going to cost you money if you're in that industry. But I look at it the cow's point of view. Unfortunately, we can't do much about all the cows going to slaughter because we all, go for the burgers and the steaks and the what have you. Um, And so long as there is a calling for that, there's going to be people making money from that. And at least they're trying their utmost to treat those cows with respect and dignity and compassion, instead of just being horrifying to them. So anyways, I don't know why I had to say that, but what a unique talent to have, I guess, is what it was drawing at. Like, only she could see the vision of how the cow, and be able to have the knowledge and the ability to be able to draw these things out into plans and make them so that they're actually built and they actually work when they're built. And she's sought after for this. And I just find it a very unique thing that, she's been put on that planet for this reason, at least. Although she gives so much to the autism community in her knowledge of walking the walk and being able to explain it through her eyes. It's just amazing. As you find your vibrational harmony with your desires, you are never inhibiting or preventing anyone else from living what they are creating, but you are controlling and creating your own reality. So know that you control and you create your own reality. So envision it, okay? If you go for that burger, you see the burger in your head before you even decided on making it and eating it or going to purchase it at a restaurant or something. Everything is a thought prior to the actual tangible thing in our life. So start making thoughts about what you want tangible in your life and feel the emotion of it. And no, you are not depriving anybody. You have a special talent, they have a special talent. It's up to them creating their own reality, not you creating the reality or softening the reality around them so that they feel more confident. Or it's up to them to find that strength. Then the happier you are, the more joyful you are, the more balanced you are, because there's a lot about balance in this reading, the more people around you just automatically win. Because you automatically raise their energy up in the process. We'll go to our animal cards. They're still talking to us after that story. You know. Stretch your neck out, says the giraffe. Stretch your neck out. We haven't seen the giraffe in a while, have we? Stretch, strength, intuition, mobility, yoga, clairvoyance. Oh my gosh. There we go. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. So going with the flow. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do that much for them. Very much about the balance, isn't it? Giraffe is reminding you to be careful of who you allow within your circle. Giraffe has a close-knit group with family and friends, and when there is somebody who disrupts the dynamics of the relationship, Giraffe is quick to change it. Whether it's their long necks and legs or just simply their personalities, giraffes are known to be clairvoyant, the ability to see clearly through people, problems, and sometimes even into the future. This is uncanny. This uncanny intuitiveness is a message that you too have the ability of intuition if you practice trusting the messages you receive. Quieting your mind is the key to listening to your intuition. Yoga is found to be beneficial in this practice. Since giraffes only sleep for 2 or 4 hours, they must have physical and emotional strength. Yoga can help you gain the strength needed to gift you with spiritual and physical mobility. Take care of all of you, and everything flows together. So, trust your intuition, trust in yourself, trust in your abilities and your dreams, and see how you can blend those two into an incredible tomorrow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.